Well, welcome to the kennels of Liz and Rab McNair. We're going to get the lowdown on their Derby team for this year at Nottingham. This is King Dylan and this is Queen Beyonce. Let's talk about Beyonce first, Rab, because anybody who was impressed by her at Nottingham last year might be thinking of getting their money on. Don't.
No, she'll not run. She will not run. She damaged her stopper when attending last year in the semi-finals, and she wouldn't have could have run in the final anyway, Julie. But I tried to bring her back for the Oaks, but it was unsuccessful. So she's definitely not going to run because I wouldn't like to lose her.
Such a shame. She was unbeaten through to the semi-finals last year. I looked at her form and obviously saw the Oaks. I thought maybe you were just saving her, but you must be gutted that she can't go this year.
Yeah, we're gutted in a way, but I'm more than happy to put her to the mating and have pups with her, because I mean, you can only dream of bitches like that for the paddocks, you know what I mean? So I'm really looking forward to it. She's not just a good bitch herself, the full letter's good, so it's good lines, everything's good there. So listen, it's not the end here, you know what I mean? It's maybe just the really beginning for her.
She's your next superstar brood bitch, I'm sure. King Dylan, on the other hand, will be heading to Nottingham. Tell us what he's been up to.
Yeah, well, he ran a blinder at Hove just before he dislocated a wee bit of his toe. Nothing bad, it's no damage, that everything's back. He got his first trial back yesterday. I was pleased with him. I think this will be a good dog this year. I think he'll be a better dog this year than what he was last year. I think the same about all these litter. I think they'll be better 3-year-olds than they were 2-year-olds. I think this will be a good year for these dogs.
Interesting. So he's 100 to 1. Is that an appealing price?
100 to 1's, so when I look at some of them that's 50 to 1, I couldn't be having them against him, like, you know what I mean? But I think he'll do very, very well. I'm more than happy to go into the Derby with him. Oh. I'll be looking forward to getting into the Derby with him.
And these two are in love, aren't they?
Yeah, they're brother and sister. They do love one another. They've got a great friendship going on in the kennel and everything. They've always been together, but I'm just hoping she comes in season, then we'll need to find him and a partner together.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's all I worry about it.
Next Super Brood bitch, and a really good 100 to 1 chance for the Star Sports Derby. Well, I'm joined again by Rab McNair, and this is King Lennon, who's a bit more lively than King Dylan, actually, isn't he?
Yeah, he does show me a bit more. Dylan's a bit more laid back. He's more leave me alone. He's more, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here kind of thing, you know what I mean? But no, he's just a very intelligent dog. I mean, I like him. He's got plenty of pace. A bit clumsy in races, but he's got the pace and he's got the ability. Could he win a derby? Well, he's a bit slow away. That's the only problem he's got. He is a bit slow away. But he's another dog that I think this could be a good year for him, whether it's English Derby or whether it's other races. I think it could be a good year for him.
He's done you proud recently, and he's competition fit because he's just finished second in the Winter Derby at Hove, of course beating his brother King Sheeran.
Yeah.
He's been pleased when he was running up there.
Yeah, and he got his first trial back for me after coming back on holiday and that. He got his first trial yesterday. Yeah, I think he done about 16:45, so I was happy enough with that. He wouldn't be the best of sprinters, but say he wouldn't be great aware of that. But no, I think another couple of runs and he'll be, these two dogs, Dylan and him, will be heading to Nottingham, and we'll see how we go for there.
What will the preparation be? Trial stakes or two? Or
Yeah. He'll go back to Central Park next week because they're always great with me with my trials. They always give me plenty of trials and all this. And so I'll go back to Central Park next week. I'll give him and Dylan another sprint, him and Sheeran another sprint next week. And then the likes of Dylan would need another few runs. But this dog and Sheeran, they're ready to step into the trial stakes. So one more run next week and then they're ready for trial stakes, and we'll see how they go. 125
to 1 he is, anti-post. Compared to Lennon at 100 to 1, it sounds from what you've said like you'd probably take the 100 to 1 about Lennon, would you?
You said he's 125 to 1, you said Dylan's 100
Sorry,
to 1.
Dylan's 100, yeah, he's 125.
Yeah, that's hard to say, there's not much between them, is there? But I've got an awful feeling for Dylan this year. I don't know what it is. I thought he was showing great promise before he hurt his toe there. I thought he was running at Hove was absolutely out of this world. and I can see him improving. But he is a bit of a different dog for this dog. If the weather doesn't change for Dylan, forget about Dylan. The weather would need to change, and we've got to hope for that, because Dylan's a very cold dog, and this is why I can't understand why they've pulled this derby so far forward, not just for my sake, but for all the dogs' sake. But we're trying to get dogs fit for an English derby, and we can hardly get outside in this weather, so I can't understand why we've got to tinker about our sport just for football or whatever they want to talk about and all the rest of it. If they're Greyhound people, they'll come and see the derby. If they're no Greyhound people, well, we don't need them anyway.
Yeah, we're filming in these lovely warm kennels today because it is chucking it down outside, but the dogs are not phased. They're quiet in their beds, as you can hear. So Liz McNair has joined us as well now with King Cash, who is here. He's 200 to 1 at the moment for the Star Sports Derby. But Rab, you've just put him around Central Park, and you're pretty pleased with the trial he's done.
Very pleased with the trial. He should a couple of sprints. He was off for a while with a bit of TFL. We gave him plenty of time with it. He's come back there. He's had a few nice sprints. But he's 480 yesterday, 28.93, and they gave the trap -20. That would be up there top drawer. That would be top drawer. So whether the rest of that is coming good or whether it's because he's getting a wee bit older and a wee bit wiser and all the rest of it. He is another dog. He's a wide runner, and like a few of my dogs, they're wide runners, and we'll just have to sit back and wait and see whether this is Nottingham's changed in any way to suit wide runners, because last year they had no chance. So we'll just need to sit back and wait and see how it goes. But for the rest of the year, I mean, I know this is a video about the derby, but you've got to remember, Julie, our year doesn't just one race. It's not just all about the derby. There's plenty of other races in the calendar that will suit these dogs. So they'll be nice dogs to have in the kennel this year.
Absolutely, and of course he's a brother to Lennon and Dylan, Liz, and also King Sheeran as well. How do you rate them?
Well, I think he's up there with them. It's just he has had a lot of racing. He hasn't had the same amount of racing as them, and with him being off there, I think it'll help him more than the rest. I think it'll really help him. As I say, he is a wide runner, so we'll just need to wait and see.
So 200 to 1 maybe could sound a bit big.
It could. He didn't have much success in it last year. He went out in the first round.
Did he?
But it's just one of the things.
Who was the dog that came and beat Magical Bale?
Dylan.
Was that Dylan?
King Dylan beat Magical Bell, but this is King Cash. Went out in the first round last year, but it sounds like these guys fancy him to go a little bit better this year, and he's 200 to 1 at the moment for the Star Sports Derby. Well, in case you needed a reminder of the success that they've had here at these kennels, it's blatantly clear to see. And some of that success, for sure, has been brought about by this dog, King Sheeran, who is the shortest price McNair dog to head to Nottingham this year. 50 to 1 anti-post at the moment for King Sheeran. Semi-finalist last year, not just that, he won you 3 category 1s. And I want to kind of go back to the beginning, because I think we forget that this dog had a really serious injury, and what he's managed to come back and do really shouldn't be underestimated.
No, I mean, I don't know whether he's lost on his ability with the hock injury that he got, because it was a pretty hit, but he's still got 2 screws in his hock, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him. The thing that went against this dog was because he was always in trap 6. Listen, we don't need to talk about it anymore, the way that it was against the wide runners, but without doubt this dog's got the ability. He's got everything about him right. He proved that last year with the category 1s he won, and he always done his best. He was always good, wee, genuine dog. He gives you his all, and that's one thing about him. The way he ran at Sheffield, Nottingham, everything. Semi-finalist in English Derby last year along with his sister. So they done us great last year. They done us so proud. So
yeah, an amazing dog for you last year, and this year things started off pretty well because he was the favourite going into the Winter Derby final. Just didn't quite do it, and there's a reason for that, isn't there?
Yeah, well, listen, Julie, we're with these dogs 24/7, we're with them all the time, and we had actually booked a holiday, and it was, I'm not going to say it was a mistake, because I wouldn't say nothing against the wee fella that was doing them, but the dogs do miss us, and that's just one of the things.
Especially Sheeran as well.
Yeah, Sheeran is a bit funny like that. He wouldn't leave my side, he's like a pet, so he is with us, but listen, I gave him a trial yesterday. He got his first trial for I come back my holidays yesterday. He went round Central Park 16, 22, 27, -5. So 16, 24 or something like that, 16, 22 or something like that. So I would put up there with as good a sprint as he's ever done. I'm more than happy with the way he's went yesterday. Probably give him another sprint and then he'll head straight to Nottingham for the 500 metres and we'll give him a couple of trial stakes.
And again, do you think he could be a better dog this year? Like
Yeah,
his
without a doubt. I think this full litter is all the same. I think that they were never pushed that hard when they were younger, and I think you benefit that when they come free, even right up to the 4-year-old. If you look at all my pups, or all my dogs, Elvis 4-year-old, King Turbo 4-year-old, still running at the top of their game. You know what I mean? So there's no reason why these dogs will not do the same. I think these dogs will all run the top of their game all this year. These will be... I just see a wee bit of difference in them, a wee bit more physique and a wee bit more maturity about them. I just think that I'm looking for good things out of them this year.
So he's the shortest in the betting, 50 to 1. Is he your best chance of a Derby winner, do you think?
Yeah. I suppose if everything's a bit better at Nottingham for the wide runners and the boxes do suit, the wide's the same as other traps at Monmore and all the rest of it, and the curved boxes, it'll all depend how these things go. These are all things that have still to be looked at. So, without, I'm not going to say he's the fastest dog, but it probably is the fastest dog, and he's done the most for us out of the ladder. But they're all much the same. You know what I mean? Dylan would be able to give him as much as he could give Dylan. So, I'm looking forward to them this year. I'm really looking forward to them this year because I think they'll be good dogs this year.
And they always stand the rigours of competition so well, don't they?
Yeah, that's one thing. They were bred that way. Their parents was good competition dogs, and they knew how to stand up to it and everything. They knew how to kennel, they knew how to travel. And these dogs are all the same. They know everything about travelling in the van and everything. It's never a problem to them because it's the way they were bred into it.
Yeah, amazing dogs. And how many dogs in this kennel?
12, 13.
13. And not a peep. Listen to how quiet it is. It's amazing. King Sheeran heads to the Starsports Derby at Nottingham, 50 to 1, and to post if you fancy him. Well, we're joined again by Liz and Rab McNair. This is Queen Dolly and King Louis. Hoping they're not getting confused with their names like me. But these two are out of Limmy Turbo and Queen Asia, brother and sister. Dolly is priced at 150 to 1 for the Derby, Rab. You're a bit confused by some of these prices, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have had as short a prices as the likes of Lennon and that. Although she has a good wee genuine bit. She ran a great trial yesterday. I gave her a sprint yesterday, 16:27 -5. That would be a great sprint for her. That was her first run for her. We come back on a holiday and that, and we didn't do much because we were ill. But listen, delighted with her, delighted with the two of these brother and sister. She's more of a middle runner, he's more of a wide runner, so we'll see how he handles Nottingham very soon.
She's been running an absolute top class company, hasn't she?
Yeah,
very well. She's really out the frame.
Yeah. She likes Central Park. The 480 at Central Park's no problem to her, so she has a good wee bit. She's just starting to, her coat's just starting to come a wee bit now, so she could be a nice bitch to go to the Derby with. Whether she's got the ability Beyonce or that, I don't know, but she has got her own ability. She's okay.
King Louis here as well. I think he's about 80 to 1 anti-post, Liz. I'd say his form in open class company has been mixed.
It has been mixed, but he ran second last week at Central Park. But he hadn't had a run for a couple of weeks because we were away.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. That was 3 weeks, and he has done the fastest time round Central Park. So I think it was all about fitness with him. I think that's why.
He's got a bit of ability. The doggy has got a nice bit of ability, but he's the same again. He's no a prolific starter and all the rest of it, and he can get you so bunched up and all the rest of it. But when he does hit it and he gets out there and out into the front, in the long run to the first corner at Nottingham should really suit him. that should be right up his street. Same with her, it should be right up the street. It should give them the chance to get up there and put the pace to it, whether they've got it or whether they haven't got it. But listen, the one thing about these two, they're a bit like their mum and a lot like their dad. They give us everything, don't they? They go into a race and they will give 1,000,000% to that finishing line.
Yeah, he looks just like his dad as well. Such a baby. King Louis and Queen Dolly both heading as part of the McNair team for the Star Sports Derby. I'm joined again by Liz and Rab, and this is Queen Jessie J, who many of you will have been quite taken by, as many of us have been, and this is King Drake, the brother. Lemony Turbo and Skate On, they're really young, they're just May 18s, and they're going to be taking in Monmore. And Rab, you'll be assessing them there before you decide whether or not they'll definitely head to Nottingham.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think she'll be good enough. I do think this bitch will be good enough. Whether she's getting the experience for the English Derby, I think this bitch is as good as Beyonce. I think this
if not better, you said.
Well, I think this bitch has got more ability at the boxes and more early than Beyonce. She wouldn't just be as strong as Beyonce, but I think this bitch has got a bit of class, a real bit of class. But as we say, we'll take them and our brothers to Monmore and we'll assess them more because, as I said to Liz and Nat and the boss the other day there, these pups, their racing career starts this week. This is their racing career just starting. The rest, we're only playing about, we're only messing about and learning them and letting them see what this game's about. Their racing career starts Saturday, Friday and Saturday for these pups.
Yeah, and they will only just be turning 2 by the time it's the Derby final, Liz, but it has been done before, hasn't it?
It has been, but I mean, it doesn't matter. As long as they can run Nottingham well, then we'll take a chance.
Do you feel like they're forward enough?
Don't really know. In the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll see how they're.
Well, it might be worth taking a chance on, because if these go bombing around Monmore, their prices are going to shorten. She's 100 to 1 at the moment, Queen Jessie J, which I think is a big price. King Jake is 125 to 1. Do you think that's big, Rab, 100 to 1, Jessie J?
I do think this bitch is real top class. I think he's brilliant, but he's just 500 metres might be just a wee bit too far from him just now. Whether he'll grow into it, I don't know. But this bitch, I think, is just top drawer.
2 pups heading to Nottingham for the Star Sports Derby.
We think.
Well, this is King Axel, who, or Liz just said, he's a pet, basically. A big pet. Very big pet. Rab?
They've got him spoiled at Central Park. The girls down at Central Park. This is what I have to put away off him now. He lies in his belly, he lies in his back and gets his belly tickled and everything. But he's got plenty of ability. Plenty of ability. He's the fastest dog I put around Central Park this year, 28.56 or something like that. He did in the trial. So he's got plenty of ability. I think he's won 2 or 3 races. He's been shown.
He's had 4 races, he's won 2.
He's won,
Obviously still very young, I'm getting confused with all breeding and ages, so tell us who he's out of and his age.
He's Eden the Kid and King Danny. King Danny was a good wee bitch, a good steer, good 6 bend, and Eden the Kid, this dog's got plenty of ability. Wee bit slow at the first rate, but comes home with a strong rattle, and I think he'll be a very promising 6 bend dog.
Still a pup,
but,
obviously?
Yeah, he's only a May. He's the same age as the rest of them. But this dog will go and have a look at Nottingham. I think this dog will handle Nottingham. He should handle it. He handles everywhere. He just goes in and enjoys it. He loves it. Everywhere he goes, his tail waggles. This is the way you have to put up with him. He's just mad. Real mad.
But he's strong, isn't he? He looks
strong.
Strong.
He is. He's full of strength. He's just a matter. They're the boss here. He can take over.
The boss can come and hold King Axel if you like.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
This is a live wire. King Axel is another one of the McNair teams heading to the Star Sports Derby at Nottingham. So the last 2 potential members of the McNair team for the Derby, we've got Queen Lily and King Bruno here. Now, tell us again, brother and sister, age and breeding, Liz, of these 2.
They are
Lemony
Turbo Skate On,
Maze.
Maze.
So again, real youngsters. Tell us about Queen Lily. She's a bit smaller than some of your other bitches.
She is, but she's got a lot of early pace. She does well. She's still to win a race yet, but no doubt she will.
A lot of ability.
You like her?
Aye, a lot. A real lot.
In comparison to like Beyonce and Jessie J?
I like her.
Really?
I think she's as good. I think she's up there. Just, we've been patient with her and just taking my time with her. We noticed this race was coming off for her, so we've kept her back a wee bit and played a bit with her a wee bit, and we're getting her ready for that. She'll be all right.
Okay, and King Bruno is heading to Monmore again. He'll be assessed there to see how you think he could go at Nottingham. He's actually 80-1 anti-post at the moment for the Derby, so pretty short for one of his age, perhaps.
Very, very short, isn't it? It is very short, 80-1 for May puppies. I mean, there are a few of these just May puppies, and but we're putting them in the Derby, okay, yeah, but whatever they done this year would be an assessment for next year, you know what I mean? And watching them progress. As I said to you earlier on, these puppies, their racing careers, and I spoke to a boss about it, their racing career starts this weekend at Monmore and at Romford and all the rest of it. So their actual racing career is only just starting. We'll be assessing them all year.
Yeah, and they could be real potential ones to watch. Queen Lily and King Bruno. Other races to take in first, but might well be heading to Nottingham as part of the McNairs team for the Derby. Well, just before I leave Liz and Rab McNairs, I wanted to just clarify your thoughts on exactly what it would mean to add the Derby jackets to these jackets behind you, Rab.
Listen, it's what we do it for. We do it for that English Derby. Especially, I would love to see the boss getting it. I think he's proved himself as long-standing owner, breeder. No problem as far as facilities and putting his hand in his pocket, so it would be nice to probably, it has been the ambition to try and get him it, so I can only keep trying. And
for you guys personally as well, Liz, because you put every hour that you two live and breathe into these dogs, don't you?
Yes, and it would be even more special because we've bred them all. That would be even more special.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, obviously, through the years, you've always lauded Nick Sava and his achievements.
Yeah.
But you'd have to put yourself, aside from perhaps just missing that Derby win, right up there with what Nick achieved.
Yeah, listen, we're getting there every year. We set out targets and all the rest of it, and we seem to be getting that wee bit closer and closer to the Derby. But listen, the Derby is a big thing, but it's not the be-all and end-all. But if we can keep winning produce stakes and or the rest of the big races that we've won, if we can keep getting 2 or 3 or 4 of them a year, it keeps everybody happy, it keeps the boss happy and all the rest of it. But I just think the English Derby would be the icing on the cake for him, you know what I mean? I think it would be, I would say it's something that's on his bucket list, but listen, we're not finished yet. Just because it's this year or next year, we're not finished yet. We're still going for it, and we're going all out with the breeding. We'll have a good few litters this year, and we'll keep breeding to try and get the Derby winner. If it happens, it happens. If it's no, I wouldn't say I would regret anything, because some of the races we've done, if we come down into London, put the flaps and all the rest of it, and for some of the things that we've done and all the rest of it, we've always got to be kind of proud of ourselves, I would say, you know?
Definitely. The last thing I want to know from both of you, Liz, is in your kennel, regardless of the prices, if you could take one dog, who would it be? And also from outside your kennel, which dog has impressed you the most?
In the kennel, I wish I was taking Beyonce, but I'm not, so I would say Sheeran's about the next best. Outside, I haven't seen nothing yet. There's some good dogs out there, but it's a long campaign, and I've not seen a very, very consistent dog yet.
True. Rab, in the kennel and out the kennel?
In the kennel. Sheeran sticks out, didn't he? But I like these young pups. I think they've got great ability. I just think it's whether it's too early for them yet, but to go into the Derby with a dog at the end of the lead, be Sheeran, I do like Dylan. I'll take my chances with them. Outside the kennel, to say the same as Liz. I think this year, I think it's a wide open derby. I think it wouldn't surprise me if there were 150 to 200 to 1 winner out there that's still to come through. I think Nottingham's a track that's on its own. Last year, you would have said magical bail of that, but as soon as the trap draw was made. So is it going to make a difference this year? This is things that we'll need to sit and study through the derby and work out for ourselves what's there and what's there about. I mean, okay, yeah, we do recognise that you're ice and fire and that. He's a champion, everything he's done. He's an out-and-out champion. I wouldn't mind him lying round the corner there in one of the beds. Like an Derby dog he's got, I think he's a better Derby dog. He's Look Like Power. I think he's a better dog than Ice and Fire. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I do like him. But other than that, I think it's so wide open. And I think that's what's making it interesting this year.
Yeah.
Because it is, I think everybody feels they've got a chance this year.
Yeah, it's all to play for. And you guys head to the Derby with the biggest team of all the English trainers. It's been great to meet your dogs today. They're just so beautiful and lovely dogs in this kennel. Thank you so much for having us. And good luck at Nottingham.
Thanks very much, Jules.
Thank you.